Hi, my name's Adam.
And I'm Jason.
Welcome to Season 6 of What's Your Problem, where we discuss current issues in distance learning and education. For those of you who have been watching the show over the past few years, you've probably noticed that What's Your Problem is a highly structured, well-planned educational medium with an academic focus. I mean, I'm reading from a script right now. And by right now, I mean a full 2 months before you're even seeing this. However, we also pride ourselves on keeping you engaged by adding a little personality to the show. Sometimes it's a difficult balance, but it's one we're hoping you can relate to. Kaylin's here to explain.
As you may or may not know, here at Schoolcraft College, we develop our online courses as RTTs, or Ready to Teach courses. RTTs are courses developed within a team of a subject matter expert, instructional designer, and course manager. The RTTs are carefully built between the team to ensure alignment between course competencies, objectives, and assessments. Once the course is built completely in Blackboard, our online instruction committee reviews, evaluates, and approves the course based off the Quality Matters rubric. Once the course has received this seal of approval, it can be officially offered as an online course here at Schoolcraft. It's not a secret that faculty on and off campus personalize the RTT section they teach. We in distance learning encourage it. You need to personalize the general course loaded into your section to help engage your students, to build a connection with your students, and to make sure it contains your personal voice throughout. However, even though we highly encourage personalization, there are a few tips we have to ensure the course remains in the approved alignment. Jason and Adam are going to take this episode to explain thoughtfully personalizing your RTT section.
Good day, audience member. We hope we deliver this helpful content you're expecting upon initiating this video. Did I greet you? Technically. Would this serve as a general introduction for a variety of purposes? Of course. Was it personal? That's right, Michael. Not really. And all the Michaels watching just went, whoa, how'd he hear me? Obviously, this is a cheap way to mimic personalization, and it alienated the 99% of you not named Michael. But if you were a Michael, that intro suddenly felt personal. Creepy, but personal. So is there a way to make personal touches to an RTT designed to be ready to teach for anyone without cheap tricks or lame jokes? You know it, Rachel. And the module introductions for overviews are precisely where to start. As Kaylin said, RTTs are carefully built to ensure alignment between course competencies, objectives, and assessments. However, the module introductions already exist with the purpose of getting the student's attention and parlaying that attention into the subject matter. This makes it a prime area for personalization. Most module introductions are brief, text-driven generalizations about the topic explored in the module. However, there are some simple and exciting ways to make these pop just a little bit more. One would be recording your own video introductions. Some instructors here at Schoolcraft College have already found value in this tactic. By recording a simple video overview, students get to see you and hear you in a personal way as you cover the introduction that normally would be read silently. Now you have the ability to dazzle, emote, question, and illustrate, as well as inform. These can be as simple as video shot with your mobile device and uploaded into your module introduction, or as elaborate as a lightboard demonstration filmed on campus. When you try these tactics in comparison to traditional text-driven introductions, it'll be hard to deny that, like the tagline for the incomparable fourth Jaws film, Jaws the Revenge says, this time it's personal. Adam?
Thanks, Jason. In addition to adding some personal touches to the existing course narrative, you can also make use of a few Blackboard tools to create a more personal experience for your students throughout the semester. You're likely already using the announcement tool to post weekly summaries or reminders of upcoming assessments. However, announcements are also a great way to draw attention to the work that you and your students have been doing during the week. For example, instead of a traditional, don't forget to make your discussion post by Sunday style announcement, consider something like, hey gang, I'm about halfway through reading your post this week and I've been particularly impressed with the way that Jason connected the concept of humanizing education to his experience as an instructional designer. If you haven't already, you should check it out. This quick note reminds students that you are actively participating in the class along with them, recognizes the positive contributions that their peers are making, and encourages them to get more involved. This can go a long way towards creating the sense of a shared educational experience in what can often feel like a lonely, isolating environment for many online students. And while announcements are a great tool for creating community, the Grade Center offers you tools to provide personal feedback to individual students. We've already done an entire episode on the benefits of providing quality feedback on assessments and the impact it can have on student success. But feedback is also a great way to humanize the educational experience for students. Providing feedback that identifies the student by name, acknowledges what they have done well, and provides direction and encouragement for areas in which they can improve lets that student know that you are as personally invested in their education as they are. And with Blackboard's brand new audio and video feedback tool, you can now provide this feedback in a much more engaging way, which will only improve the results.
Hey, remember back when I was talking about adding module introduction videos? Well, you may also consider adding additional content elsewhere in your course too. Consider, if you will, this scenario. You're teaching Art 201. You take a weekend trip to Chicago and happen to attend an event at the Chicago Art Institute where an exhibit happens to highlight some of the very artwork your students are studying. You take out your mobile device and do a little impromptu narration of the exhibit as you walk around. You realize the video you just made is superior to the one currently in the course, and you swap it out. By doing this, you are able to provide a more pointed, personal, and updated learning experience for your students. This is one of the benefits and merits of distance education. Of course, there are some considerations to keep in mind when swapping out content in an RTT. First, you want to ensure any changes you make do not affect the alignment between competencies, objectives, and learning activities and assessments. If you add any content to your course, you always want to be sure it's accessible to all students. Captions on videos, alternative text for images, and overall ease of navigation should be considered, and ensuring these standards is getting easier every day. Apps like Clips makes shooting accessible video easier than ever, as the app quickly auto-captions your video and provides an easy interface for editing and perfecting the captions before deploying the video. Finally, if your updated content is something you think will benefit the RTT for the future, consider submitting an RTT update log with the new content, so the new content can be included in future sections of the course.
So there you have it. You can personalize the module introduction so that your voice really stands out. Maybe record a video or a lightboard demonstration to draw students' attention and get them excited for the module that lies ahead. You can also utilize several Blackboard tools to create a personable learning environment, like announcements and feedback in the Grade Center. These are two ways you can really amp up your instructor presence each week in the course. And finally, keeping in mind accessibility and alignment, feel welcome to add in more current content or content from your own life that relates to the course to bring a very personalized learning experience to your students.
What's Your Problem wants to hear from you. If you have an idea you'd like us to discuss in a future episode, or if you just want to drop us a line, send us an email or follow us on Twitter.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
What's your problem? What's your problem? I don't get what your problem is.
Welcome to Schoolcraft. Welcome to college.